What's up, everybody? This is Austin Vaughn. Welcome to my gaming channel. I've been playing a lot of Skyrim. I've accomplished all the achievements. I've gotten several characters to 50. So, as you can see, I'm making a few kind of how-to videos on just kind of how to create the different character classes. This right here is my mage, Quinn. She is a high elf, and right off the bat, I want to talk about the different races that help out mages a lot. There are 3 races in Skyrim that really dedicate more of kind of the abilities and the skills towards being a mage. You have the High Elves, the Breton, and the Dunmer, or Dark Elves. High Elves, obviously they get the Highborn ability, which increases your magicka regen for a short while. It's actually very, very effective in the long battles. But they also start out with 50 extra magic, which is a whole lot in your starting levels. And so I felt like that was probably going to help me out more than some of the others, but it all depends on your playstyle. Bretons get their spell resistance, they get the ability to absorb incoming magic, and so that's really nice too, especially for spell swords. They have a few other abilities that make them kind of a good spell sword type class, though, and Imperials are also very good spell swords. But then the Dark Elves get your 50% resistance to fire. And they also get a fire cloak ability to starting right out, so that's really nice, especially if you want to make sneaky, kind of a sneaky mage, because they do start out with a little bit more sneak than some of the others. So that's just kind of an introduction to the different races. Obviously you can build any race into a mage, but those 3 really help in terms of making an effective mage easily. So right now, we are going to go into, I guess, just some of the things that I did as I was making my mage here. As far as the different skill trees go, obviously, I took destruction to 100. It's my main method of combat, so it was definitely a focus. I got impact as quickly as I could. It really makes major fights very easy. And also, I went up the shock tree. These different trees have different advantages and disadvantages. I obviously have 8 perks at level 50, and so if I wanted to, I could pick up, all 3 of them if I wanted to. But I don't know. I just really like shock. I like the fact that nothing has an innate resistance to shock, and also it reduces magicka. But at the same time, and I've never really been in a fight where I feel like the reason they were drained of magic was because I was using shock. So that didn't really have a big effect. And also, once you hit 100 destruction, you have the ability to get a quest that ends up giving you Firestorm, or I would assume Blizzard. I think they would probably give you either or, just kind of random. And so that means that maybe I should have gone up the Flames tree, but I don't know. Shock was effective, and I liked it. So I would say the most important thing, though, is to make sure you get that impact. I never tried the Rune Master, but I started using runes later, and so if you guys like using runes, then Rune Master might be a good ability for you. Kind of backing up real quick, I also want to come over to the Illusion tree. Illusion is awesome. It makes Forsworn camps way easier. It makes bandit camps, because you can cast Frenzy, which is it's an area of effect fury, essentially, where they all start attacking each other. So what I would do is I would be sneaking around all the time and just go cast Frenzy on everybody, let them all kill themselves, and then I clean up the rest either with with a bound conjuration sword or just destruction magic. Also, because I like the whole sneaky mage kind of thing, I'm using the calm ability while you pickpocket, which is awesome. And so I did make sure to pick up dual casting here, and I was kind of working my way up. Getting quiet casting is really nice if you like to be sneaky. But I got all the abilities that allow you to influence people more. Getting beyond adept isn't necessary in my opinion, because you can still cast invisibility pretty easily as long as you have good enchantments on your armor, and I'll be getting into that a little bit later. I definitely like Master of the Mind. I haven't gotten to it yet, obviously, because it requires 90, but man, once you get that, now it's like everything now becomes easy. You know, no matter what dungeon you're going through, no matter what you're facing, you can just make everything attack each other, and I just feel like it puts everything on easy mode. As far as I'll just go to Conjuration real quick. I've obviously increased that quite a bit. I just picked up dual casting. I was intent on going for Twin Souls, but Conjuration is just really difficult to level. You know, you really have to dedicate yourself to Conjuration, and I didn't, you know, become real interested in being a spell sword until later in the game, after I realized that leveling a mage can be very slow. A lot of their abilities, you know, because they require magicka, they don't increase very quickly. So I picked up Soul Stealer, which made enchanting really easy to level, and also Mystic Binding, because I mean, you obviously need it, but also I ended up using bound swords quite a bit. Restoration, my only plan was really just to pick up the recovery. That's all I really needed, at least for a mage character. Now, this is kind of cool, but typically I don't run into situations where I'm one-on-one in a close confrontation with my enemies, so not a big deal. And I hate wards. I'm really bad at wards. So the rest of these are more effective, I think, if you're using a spell sword or just kind of like a cleric warrior type build. I also, this is one thing I kind of wish I would not have done. You know, I mean, right now it's just 10% spell resistance. I mean, that's not a huge amount, and also I did go ahead and get 100 enchanting, so it's like, you know, using these 3 points seemed kind of unnecessary unless you really like mage armor. You know, or let's see, that's kind of good, but man, it just takes so many points to get there. And alteration, I never really liked the armor spells. They don't do much for me, and so I never really invested too much into it. But that pretty much covers all of the maging stuff. I haven't really worked alchemy at all, even though I do make a lot of potions, or I try to. Halfway through making this character, you know, I didn't plan on wearing light armor at all. I was just going to wear the Archmage's stuff that you get through the College of Winterhold questline, and I mean, just do the best that I could. Now, halfway through making my mage, after realizing, I was like, man, you know, I don't need a whole lot of skill points to get me, you know, to a point where I can be effective in battle. So what I did is I said, screw it, I'll get my smithing all the way up to make my dragon armor. I'll get enchanting to a point where I put 5 into here and put double enchantments, and now I'm awesome. And still, look at this, I'm level 50, I still have 8 perks, and I messed up here. So I mean, that's one thing that's nice about a mage, is you have a ton of you know, kind of ways that you can make your mage special. I have been leveling up one-handed using the bound weapons a little bit, and you know, I would doubt I would put any into armsman. I would probably lean more towards the light armor, because I mean, all these I haven't put anything into, and I'm still a boss. Like, I don't know, it's cool, easy stuff. But that pretty much breaks down all the skills. You know, typically I like, when I'm in combat, I like to use a lot of illusion if I can. And then I just, using my impact ability, kind of time your destruction spells. And so what you'll typically do, I mean, chain lightning's very, very effective. I don't use lightning bolt anymore, and I'll show you why here in a moment. I picked up thunderbolt, which is alright. I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's only 30 more points of damage than chain lightning, and it uses significantly more, you know, twice the magicka. So but coming over here, I do have calm that I use a lot. Frenzy is a very, very effective spell, and invisibility. I don't really use muffle anymore. In fact, I'm gonna unfavorite it right now. As far as my shouts, I just stick with slow time, unrelenting force, and whirlwind sprint. That's about it. I was using clear skies so that I could make it pretty for the video. um, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much it as far as my skills go. Now going into my armor, this is one thing that I didn't expect myself to do, but I did. Let me actually equip the actual thing that here we go. Whoop, no, I want this one. There we go. Okay. So for a while I was using the Archmage's stuff, but once I decided to switch, I made my Dragon Scale armor and I enchanted the crap out of it. As you can see here, I pumped tons into destruction because, like I said, it's my main method of combat. So just my chest reduces 40% destruction spells cost and get me a little bit of magic regen. Boots, I just focused on resistance. You know, I'm going to be taking hits from time to time. I might as well be, you know, have a little bit of resistance there. I wanted to up my sneaking a little bit, okay, because I am kind of a sneaking mage, but also make sure that I have tons of magicka. Going into my helm, more destruction, so that's 65%, and also, once again, magicka. Scrolling down a little bit, I did even more magicka, and now illusion. I think both actually this is the only bit of illusion that I have, because I did more magicka regen and more sneak. What this does for the character is it allows you to spam your chain lightning and your thunderbolt a lot easier. I can tell you right now that reducing the mana cost is significantly more effective than pumping a whole bunch into magicka regen. Just kind of as a little note there. But yeah, this method of doing things has definitely worked out. If you were to compare using the Archmage robes and like a Mordecai, the Dragon Priest mask, you'll actually find that just going ahead and making Dragon Scale armor, enchanting the crap out of it, that's going to be a more effective route to go, at least for me. I guess it all just kind of depends on your playstyles, but I tried the Archmage robes and the Mordecai, and this allows me to cast higher level spells much more easily. So there's that for you. As far as the quest lines go, obviously focus on the College of Winterhold. I also went straight for the Dark Brotherhood because I wanted a bunch of money, I mean that was pretty much it. For me, I'm already level 50. I have a crap load of quests to do, but I probably won't because I'm kind of at that point where I'm kind of done with the character. But hopefully this kind of taught you guys a little bit about leveling a mage. Maybe give you a few extra ideas that might help you, and so that you guys have kind of a fun route to go as you're creating your own character. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and definitely check out the other class how-tos because I'm gonna be uploading a few of them. So I appreciate it. Take care, and we'll catch you on the next one.